Oh, good evening. Good evening, bandits. How you doing, everybody? How was your day? Oh, it's amazing, crazy sell-off. Whatever today is, Wednesday. Hope y'all had good days. Hope it was decent. Hope you caught some of the Discord callouts. Really good ones today, I think. All in all, worked as a team. I am very upset that I did not record my screen today. I set everything up to record, and I must have misclicked or forgot to hit record. Um, I wanted to actually post the Discord to be a good, what up? How's it going, Father? I wanted to do I wanted to post the screen. So if any of y'all actually have the, if any of you, and Jess, I know you record, if any of you have a recording today and you were listening to Discord and watching Tesla as I was calling it, could you send that to me or at least message me? I wanted to post that, but I wasn't recording when I thought I was. And then I also, what up, Graph? I also missed the Amazon trade, so I'm going to talk through it. Give Rose a lot of credit on this Amazon trade that we got from this morning. So I want to show that it was a great day, Con. It was a really great day. So actually, I'm going to pull up Fidelity. So I'll do what I did in the video. I'm not overly happy that I can't show this trade just because of recording. But I'll pull up the entries and exits, and I'll just pop those up. Give me 1 second. It was a great day, Con. Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna find my trade from earlier today. I'll take a few screenshots. Oh, well, I guess while I'm doing this. So, we're going to do a trade review show tonight. I'm going to look at a few trades. I'll pull some stuff up here in a quick second. We'll talk about the market a little bit, talk about what I think, make this one as quick as we can. I'll answer any questions you have if you have questions. I was, at least temporarily, it does look like wrong about the pop overall in the market, which I'm kind of cool with. I don't mind being wrong, and it's actually kind of part of the job, and I don't mind that I had an idea for something, and the fact that I made money in shorts even though I thought we were going to get a pop. You know, I have ideas, but I never bet on them unless they're happening in front of me. So I don't take, it's like, oh, we could get a pop here into the week. Hey, I'm cool with that not happening. I mean, just taking puts. So let's do a trade. Let's talk about what I was looking at, why I took some trades, how Discord helped me take the trades. And then I'll talk a little bit about the afternoon and take any of your questions. I'm Gator, and this is our evening show, a trade review Wednesday, I guess. All right, so let's jump I'll jump over here. I'm going to look really quickly, guys. If you're in chat, you have any questions, say hi. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Absolutely love to get if you guys if you guys are here and you're watching very close to 500, would love to get to 500 subscribers and then work up to 1,000. So share the content with other people. Let people know what we're seeing here. So let's talk about Amazon. We'll move my face up here. IT skills. All right, so let me find my trade. I had so many trades today. Today was a day. I have a metric ton amount of trades. So let's look at, where's my Amazon put trade? I should know this one. Here we go. I'm going to snip this one. I'm not showing you all the trades, unless you really want to see them. Maybe that's something I'll do at some point. So we're going to look at this trade. Save as. Just do capture. All right. So entry on Amazon was 953. At this point in the day, I just skimming was slightly green, flat to green, and we were kind of chopping and consolidating. What happened here that made me like this, and actually Rose gave me the conviction, as it were, to take this trade. So I was watching it and I was thinking what she said, but when she verbalized it, I was like, "You're right," and it kind of gave me the, I guess I did the like, okay, yeah, I see the same thing you're seeing, and it gave me that instant confidence to jump in this as soon as the cues hit a level. So what do we see here? We hit a name that's weak. It's kind of a triple bottom. If you look at it here, it's tested this. What time did I jump in? 53. So I got in right here on this candle. I got in during this candle. So what do you see here? Kind of riding VWAP, failed VWAP, went down, popped up off of the low, but I want to show something. So let's look what's happening in the Qs at 9:53. What are the Qs doing? So because they're gapped, it doesn't look like much. And maybe I can zoom in, kind of make it look like more. Where was it? Okay, so it was right here, I think. Yes. So what made me like Amazon short and what made Rose like Amazon short is, so the Qs were going down. They're at 300. They failed to break down and they pop. And this is a pretty decent pop here in the Qs. It's almost $1. It's 81 cents. So it's popping. It continues to go up. So we have over $1, $1.50 pop in the triple Qs. And Amazon does not flush. What's up, Naveen? What's going on, Ari? Talking about this Amazon put and then some scalps that happened later in the day. Welcome. Thanks for coming out. Dude, I'm sure you murdered Amazon today the way you traded it. So what we saw was the Qs were popping. Now what was happening on the last 3-minute bars of Amazon, and again guys, so sorry I didn't record today, really hate it. Amazon didn't rally with the Qs. So instead of rallying back to VWAP because they look the same, and you're looking at it, you're like, okay, it's rallying. Why isn't this? Amazon's just sitting here, and it failed to break out on this bar, on 52, and then 53. So I was like, okay, it's not going to break out past 2,236.97, and this one went basically to 36.41, and at exactly, I entered at 9:49. 53 and 45 seconds right here, right before this candle closed. It had already hit the 8. It failed to break above the 8, and it started ticking. Sometime at this time, Rose was like, well, look at Amazon. And I might have been watching Tesla and going between them at the time. She's like, it's not rallying. I like this short. And I was like, I do too. Jumped in it, entered here, and and caught this whole move. My final sell was at 9:57. So actually I sold here and I missed this last candle. So I'm going to show you the trade. There's the trade. There's the entry and the exit. Took 10 contracts at that price. Sold. It was actually sold no PI on these 5. So it was kind of like meh on those. It was actually during a pop that I sold this one. I think during one of these candles, this candle, I think when it started going up some, I was like, I'm going to take some profit and then I'm going to hold a runner, because I think if we caught this, it kind of sat still, and I was looking at selling the rest of my contracts, and I think I said, I was like, actually they haven't moved, so I sold these and got no price improvement. And I was like, you know what, I'm cool if what up, feeling bullish? Awesome. It was an incredible day. It was a great day, especially if you were if you waited for good setups and you started catching the trend. And so during this pop, I sold some of them. Could have made a better sell there. Like, you know what? These options didn't change in value from here. They pretty much just stayed. Even if it was popping more, I didn't lose value. So I'm like, I'm just going to stay in these. And then it continued to go down. And then I sold at 957 at 957.43. And I think the reason I sold there, I think it was S2 or something. If I look back at one of the other charts, I think it was S2. So it hit S2, cut through S2, and then I sold. And that was my target. And I said, I think it's going down to, I don't remember, but I'd have to go back and listen to it. So sorry I didn't, not the most exciting one to actually like show as far as that, because I wasn't, because I'm not recording it, but talking through it, that's something that I look for, and that using the room, like using Mitchell, using CT when he's in, using Rose. And I'm using the word using, but it's like when you're sitting there and you're trading and you're looking at stuff and different things, you can get kind of information overload. You can get, you can look at stuff and kind of be paralyzed with what to do, and there's so many different things going on, and maybe you're a little bent on Tesla because you think it should go, but it's not trading right, and you think, well, maybe this or maybe that. And sometimes what you need is just a voice that's just like, hey, you know, something that you're thinking about, like, yeah, I actually really like this short here, because they might be a little bit clearer than you. They might have something else in their head that, you know, is allowing them to see it. So really trusting the people in the room that you're trading with. And thanks to Rose for kind of giving that heads up. Amazon was on the watch list, so the input that she gave, and I agree, Ari, that the overall input from everybody is just incredible. I love this community. So took that down. That was pretty much my day at that point. As far as what I did, it wasn't quite a 20-point trade on the rest of the contracts, but letting those run out. It was a pretty good trade. You could do the math on what that was. I guess 5 points on the first half with 5 contracts, and then a few more the second. I didn't go heavier. Well, I just didn't go heavier. Didn't need to go heavier. So it was beautiful to play this, and I scalped Amazon a few more times later in the day, but I actually ended up giving back about 40% early of this gain, and then I walked away for a little bit and came back and traded a few things. One was Tesla, and I want to talk about when you, let's see, what time did I start trading? So I did so many trades. I'm not. Do you guys know what time I came on the mic? It was still early. I just have so many. I'm not sure which ones to look at. I'm gonna look. I think it was around here. I have a feeling it was after this breakdown. 11:46. Let me look. Obviously, I don't prep for these as much as I should. So using, did I do some ones before that? Scalped win, those are all flat, and win. Those are the 60s. Yeah, it was around this time I had started scalping it. And once Tesla broke here, this is, I think, when I was on the mic around 11 o'clock, because I wanted to get off, and it broke down. All this compression, you hear from Kelly's video that he did, and we talk about a lot in this room, you have compression. And I was just sitting here, not trading, looking at Tesla, and I was like, man, this thing is going one way or another. Look at this compression here on the 1 minute, on the 2 minute, here's your 2 minute. Crazy compression. I'm like, this is either breaking up or down. I'm going to sit here until it happens. I'm not going to trade it until the breakdown happens. Breakdown happens, and after you get the initial breakdown here, what do we notice? And Kelly said this, he called it the 8 train. And we've done stuff like this before. And what you saw me do and what I did on the mic, and again, if someone didn't see it earlier, I asked for it. If somebody could send, if you did record this and you have a way to like record me calling out these and you recorded your screen or something like that, if you could send it to me, or at least let me know that you have it, it'd be cool. I wanted to post that, but I'll do it again later this week or another time if this happens. But it was every time it just hit the 8, you shorted. And then every top of a 1 minute candle, I kind of just shorted. It's like, I'm waiting. Hey, I'm going to short the top of this candle. All right, I'm out. And then just wait for it to pop. Hey, we're near the 8. I'm going to short. It's breaking down. And it was basically just shorting off of the 8. Every time it popped near the 8, and I had some wins and losses, it was just straight, just making small wins and small wins and small wins. And I started sizing down, and I was just doing 5 contracts. And I traded this all the way down every time it popped up. And every time it got near one of these numbers, especially here when it hit the 21, it was just a small, short scalp. And you just take it and you make 10, 20 cents. Like, I'm looking through all of my entries and exits. And I have a few 3-point wins and a few 2-point wins and 1 points. But a lot of it's just 30 cents at a time. I have a 1 or 2 2-point losses, a few like break evens, I actually should punch this one in, just thinking through stuff while I'm looking here. I should actually punch some of this stuff in and see what my win-loss was here. Because all I did was just short the top of the candles when they failed to break out. So if you had two candles that ran next to each other and it didn't break out, it was just, okay, short. And I'd short it. And I'd make 50 cents, 20 cents, whatever it was. And then I'd get back out. I'd wait for it to pop up to a level I like and failed. It's like, you know, might have taken a loss here or a break even if it broken out up to the 21. All right, let's wait to short. Short. 39, let's see. 1139. Let's see if I took that one. Yeah, 1139. So again, happen doing them this way. Sorry. $11.39. You see that one? Just, you know, you would just wait for it to hit that level and then you would sell. No, I don't want to say that one. And then did it again at 11.43. Just wait for it to get to the top. 11.43. And, yep. Did I do 11.43? I actually only made 3 cents at 11.43. I actually missed the second drop there. Or some of these I missed, or I just kind of broke even. But I'll just, let me float this window just for the sake of making this easier. And I'll show you how many trades I took in this area. How do I float this window? Here we go. So from 11, so if you look at this, when you guys are like, oh, how many times do you trade? From that breakdown at 11:01. So let's go to 11:01. So from 11:01, that breakdown, 11:15. Here's how many times I traded and was in and out of Tesla. I'm not going to count them, but I'm just scrolling. All this Tesla, all the exact same 760s. I've gone down to 5 contracts now because I hit a, like I was pretty heavy, or I was pretty green. So I was like, I'm going to protect this. And you can see some wins and losses. There's a little, like, see, look, really small 5-cent win, like 10-cent loss, a little bit of a loss there, and loss there. There's some losers in here. Here's a nice 4-point win. Here's another 1-point win, 20-cent win. And I'm still just scrolling. Few wins there. See, we're still at 12.27, so I've been trading it for an hour. 20-cent win, or that's a loss. 40-cent loss. A little over a 1.5 win. So I'm just sitting here scalping this 5 contracts pretty much all day. Sitting here, still going. Change the contract size to try something near the money to see if it works. Didn't work. And I came back and I tried 1 or 2 right at the close and didn't like it. But like, that's how many times over the course of a that's how many times over the course of this drop I played this all the way until we got to here, basically like 12:30, and this bounce happened somewhere in here. I was like, I think the move is done for now, guys. I got stuff to do. I'm in the middle of moving. I got to go pick up some stuff, need new boxes for the house, for cleaning up. And all I did was ride the one down. I would just look at this and I would just wait, and I would wait for 1 of 2 things to happen, and there were wins and losses in those trades. You can go back and go through the video and pause them. I don't care. And just top a few candles didn't break down, or it came near the one, you just short. If it was at the top of one of these 1-minute candles and you have 2 or 3 of them that sit there like this, you just short. And you get a bunch of red, and then if it starts popping, you just get out. And I just would short the top. It hit the 8, I'm short. And if it actually hit the 8, I give it a little bit more room to go down. You know, hit the 8 again here, take it short. You probably had a few break-even trades there. That's fine. Take it again here when it fails to break out, and then catch this short. I probably caught that one at 11:30. And if you're kind of in the mood of doing that and you're winning and you're getting good PI, like, my losses were not big compared to my losers. So it was so easy to just sit there and to just take these trades. I'm not sure if what I'm doing now is overly helpful. I'm not trying to be like, I'm trying to, let's see, 48. Yeah, that was a pretty good trade. So just sitting there and catching those moves, you'd miss a couple of them, it'd come back up to the 8, you short it again, it'd come back up to the 8, you short it again, come up back up to the 8, short it again, wait for a few 1-minute bars that wouldn't break out, and you just sit there and scalp them. And if you get a really good entry on something that starts going down, you hold it a little bit longer, wait for it to come back into the 8 and short it, wait for it to come into the 8, up, it kept going up, you probably had a lot of green there, wait for it to hit the 21, and I think we're pretty much done there. And you saw how many trades I took there. I was on Discord talking about it. So I do apologize that I wasn't able to, that I didn't record that and post it. I'll try to record. I'll make sure I post and can record next time. Main point being is the benefit of not only the NewsBeat live room, but the this Discord and us being in here. And we get a lot of things wrong. We miss calls sometime. You know, it's cool. We're not always green every day. Some days you have red days. Some days you have tough days. But all in all, when you actually work as a team and you trust the people that you trade with, you have an idea and you just watch it play out and you just continue to do it over and over again, you can start seeing these things develop. What we're talking about early in the morning and what I've been saying is just wait for when you get these stupid annoying gap downs in the queues that these future traders do overnight and they take it so low, you're going to get chop. But what did you eventually have it in Tesla? You had this massive compression and then just wait for that breakdown. Once that breakdown came, it was just riding an 8 train, and I made more shorting Tesla here to here over this hour and those scalps and those 10 and 5 contracts with my wins and losses that I did in that Amazon drop. And I'm not showing my overall P&L for the day. It wouldn't do anybody any good, but I made more doing this than I did that. And I wasn't heavy and I wasn't holding for long. I wasn't hitting home runs here. Like there was a few doubles and a few home runs here, but for the most part, it was just a bunch of base hits put together. And during this run, when I looked back at one point when I was in, I was like, the only reason I'm still trading, guys, is I am probably having a 95% win rate on these scalps. And all my losses are like 30 cents and under on 5 contracts. It's like, this isn't hurting me. So there's no reason to stop until you start losing. I don't think I had a stretch of taking 3 losses in a row, especially 3 losses that were greater than 10 cents. And if you can kind of get into that rhythm on a day when it just is so bearish and it's just clear there's no buyers coming in and there's no overall strength coming in, you can just sit there and scalp these moves if you're going to sit here. Now, if you're in a day like we had earlier this week, yesterday, I guess? Let's just look at this yesterday. Like, let's pretend you're in this range. There's no clear, like, right here. There's nothing here. There is here, I guess. But when you're in here and you're just chopping around and there's no clear direction overall in the market, and when was the open? So May 17th. So from here to here, there's not that much. Like, yeah, you had a sell-off, and then you came back up, and then we're just chopping around. There's no clear direction, so it's not as easy to do here. When is it easy to do? It's easy to do here when you have this happening, when it's just clearly riding a moving average down. So it's not in a range, it's in a channel. It's in a downward channel. It's just going to keep failing and going down. Why not just take it short? Why not wait for those little 1-minute pops and short, 1-minute pops and short, and you just sit there and you make that money, and then by the time you look up, you're like, oh, I might have just done 100 trades. Like, I probably had a over 100 trade day today. Easily, I think, over 100 trade day. But you're good, you know? You can just sit there and chop away at them. And then you look up and, you know, you had a bigger day than the home run you hit earlier shorting Amazon. Now, I could have just got off after shorting Amazon and I'd be happy with my day. But overall, it wasn't about making more money. It was just about sitting there. And even though I had given some back on the day, I wasn't like, oh, man, I got to get this back. I was just zooming out, sitting here. Mitchell was like, yeah, I'm done. Peacock was like, yeah, I'm done. You know, Rose is like, I'm stepping away for a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to sit here and watch. And sometimes I'll go to my one chart like this where I can zoom out some, and I'll put it on a 2-minute time frame or a 5-minute time frame, and I'll just kind of skim through the names I like, and I'll just see, is there something I can see? And with Tesla, it's like we are super compressed here on the 2 minutes. Something's going to happen. We're bouncing in between the 200 and VWAP. Don't worry about catching this. Let's just wait for the breakdown and then let's catch it. Breakdown comes. Okay, now we have a name and we can scalp this trend. And it continued. And if at any point this would have turned into this, I'm like, okay, I'm done, guys. And I just would have been done and be like, hey, I'm done. I'll come back when we get VWAP or something. But it just kept going down. It's not rocket science. There's no secret to it. You know, you could have just held the thing short all day, I guess. You could have been like Kathy and just shorted Amazon and been in it. Like, what did she do? A little channel I drew. Actually, this helped me short Amazon and go long. There, once or twice, but I'll delete that. And you could have just got an Amazon short and been in it at the end of the day, and you would have been okay. For me, Tesla was easier to play. It was playing really well. I think I did play Amazon at some point in the afternoon. Rose called it out. It might have been around. No, I wasn't here. When did I leave? I left at 12, so I might not have. I think at one point she came back and called a short, and I think I took it short. Or I was playing Tesla and she took Amazon. But it was a good day overall. It was a trending day, which is nice. It's nice to see whether it trends up or trends down. It's nice to kind of get that benefit from it. So I don't have a ton as far as the trade because I didn't record everything, but I do hope, you know, hindsight, just reviewing my day and what I did. It's not something I'm going to be able to do every day because you don't always have a trend like this. You don't always have a day when things actually trend that long in that direction. But when you just have an overall market where it just doesn't seem like the buyers want to come in and to buy the dip people, or just like, you know, nothing's popping, you can just do that. So hopefully we get a follow through day tomorrow. Looking out, you know, not that I have any idea what's going to happen, but I mean, look at this. You get a few days and, you know, you break out on the weekly here in Amazon, and then it's like, and boom, we're going down. So no follow through to the 21, just, hey, maybe we're going to break out. Nope. So maybe we test 2048 tomorrow. I have no idea. It would be nice if we did. I'd like to see 4280 test in Amazon. This line, is this important? Yeah, there's some support. If you look back here, this is kind of a key level. So watch 4280 in Amazon. If we do get down there, you can see the top of this, and you can see it kind of hits these lines back here. So I think this is a really important level in Amazon, the 4280. And we'll see how it reacts there. I do hope that we kind of open a little bit flat tomorrow, or maybe a little gap up in the mid-range and then sell off. That would make it ideal. My struggle has been when we have these massive gaps waiting for the actual trend to set up, when the Qs are gapping, you know, down from where they close, from a close to the open of like 6 or 7 points. It's just so difficult. I have such a hard time playing early, just because you're going to get sideways action for a while, and I really like to hit things hard early. But overall, no, very bearish. Very bearish on the week. You know what would be funny tomorrow is if we actually just go up. That would just be this type of market. If we actually just go down, and instead of selling off and going shorter, we just rip. Tomorrow some crazy news comes out or something, and the market's just like, oh, I'm gonna go up, and then Tesla, instead of selling off and breaking 700, we just like, we put in another candle and we go up 80 points or something stupid like that. I would laugh so hard. So I don't really have any thoughts tomorrow, other than I'm expecting follow through to the downside. I'm gonna be very cautious in the morning. Gonna be very slow. Well, I say that, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to kind of chill, watch. I'm gonna go golfing tomorrow because I'm leaving. I'm going golfing with people that I'm friends with and stuff, and trying to you know, say goodbye to people and hang out. So going out with some friends tomorrow, going to go golfing in the afternoon, probably about 10:45 or so. So I'm going to trade for about an hour 15. I'm going to be cautious. I'm going to wait and see. My thoughts on the day will kind of be decided when we open and I see what the market has done overnight. If we're flat, I'm going to be really happy. If we're super low or super gap, I don't know why we would be gapped up, but if we're gap below these levels, I'm going to watch for a pop, hopefully, to retest them. Like if Tesla goes below 700, I'm going to watch for it to come back up and test 700 to go short. That's my plan going into tomorrow. If Amazon, for whatever reason, gaps down, 100 points or 50 points or something, and it's below this, I really hope it's not. If it, I don't know. If it is, then I just wait for it to test it. I probably wouldn't even trade it at that point, but at that point, things would be so expanded, I would expect a 50% retracement. My hope is that we are flat to slightly gapped up or something tomorrow, or maybe just slightly down, and then we can get a nice down move. And I'd love to see, I'm going to be watching Amazon test that 2042 level, and I'll be watching Tesla for the 700 level, and I'll play it just like I talked about yesterday. I'm not, I can pretend like I care about other names, but let's be honest, those are the two names I'm mainly going to trade. Google, I think, was tradable today a couple times. I didn't trade it because I was trading Tesla. And the ATR, like, this chart looks really bearish, guys, and that's why I really wanted to have the video, and I'm very bummed and mad at myself for not having it. It was not a quick moving day. You look at it, you're like, man, that was such an easy short. It was not easy to short today unless you were getting the right entries or you were just holding, because obviously if you hold something and it's just going down all day, eventually you're going to be green on your trade. But it was not that easy because the ATR was like $2 and $1 at a point. So you have these super low ATR in these names. So you're like, man, I could have caught all this. It's like, look at these Google candles. If you were trading this, it's like, yeah, it went red and then it popped up to here. How can you, are you actually going to hold that? Same for a lot of these candles in these areas. It was not as easy as it kind of looks like. Yeah, man, this looks like a great down move. Yeah, if you're buying at the right times. But if you're not, this is a 2-minute chart. Like if you look at a 1-minute chart here, there's a lot of little chop going on in here. There's a lot of little kind of sideways chop and then drop. A lot of sideways chop and then drop. If you look at it on a larger time frame, it's easier, but scalping 1-minute breakouts is not necessarily as easy, and you really have to time your entries with PI to allow yourself to kind of get that improvement to where your losses are only 10 to 30 cents, and you're quickly up 20-30 cents, and then you sell and the PI wins. So I had the right contract at 760. I was getting 50 cents plus, or around 50 cents per trade of price improvement on about $1 spread. So if I bought at the right time, especially at the top of these candles, I was basically green when I entered, or within 10-20 cents of being green, and then it drops a little bit, you sell. If it really looks like it's flushing and you got a great entry, you hold it, try to make a little bit more. And you had to sit there and do that. But like from here, from 12:24, I stopped trading there. From like here 11:31 to 11:45, that's, or until we kind of start breaking down off the 21, 15 minutes or so of sideways and kind of grinding up action. Here, before you even move down, this is 11:17, to 11:27, and Tesla only moves $1. I remember trading this range. This was so annoying. You have like over a roughly 10-minute time frame. Tesla moved a total of $1 in that time frame, like from the low to the high. It was just like $1 move for like 10 minutes. Such a pain in the butt. But it was playable, and I think I made money in that time frame, or at least broke even. I didn't leave because I wasn't losing, so I just knew I could just sit here and wait, and it was either going to pop or it was going to break down. And every time we were at the top of the range, I just bought puts and took a little bit of money, waited for it to come back up, and sat there and scalped it. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to be looking for a trend. I'll only be trading for about an hour tomorrow. I'm going to let things set up. I'm hoping we don't have a massive gap down and we open up flat. We can get some compression. I mean, look how did Tesla end today? We're still kind of, a little gap up would be nice, honestly. Why do I say that? If you gap up a little bit, and let's say Tesla's at $20 or something, you could be near the 200. You hit the 200 and fail, and then flush and go through 700. That's a trade idea for tomorrow. So if you're watching this, you want a little bit more, what could happen tomorrow? If we gap up a little bit and we're in this $20 range, maybe we get an early test of the 200, 2-minute 200, and we can short it. If you gap below 700, you wait for a little bit of a snapback, a test of 700, or in that area, see who's winning, see what's happening, and then go short off that. If it fails, And you could probably say the same thing for Amazon. How did Amazon close? Yeah, same thing here. If you gap up 20 points or so, you hit that 2-minute 200. You know, I could see it hitting that. Then if it starts rolling over there with the Qs, same thing. If you gap down, you know, as long as it doesn't gap below this level, you have some support here. I don't know if it's support, but you have, yeah, I mean, it kind of held this level around 2090. So we'll see. Those are my thoughts. Any questions before I call it? That's my thoughts. That's my plan for tomorrow. You want to know my trading plan for tomorrow that I'm going to write down? I'm going to look at the market in the morning. I'm going to see where it's at. And I'm going to decide how I want to play pretty much just these two names. But I mean, let's be honest. I could do AMD or some of the other ones, but more than likely these are the Tesla and Amazon, the two names I'm looking at in this area. I'm going to watch for one of those two things. If we open up completely flat, then I'm just going to watch the 2-minute breakout. If we break out above the 21, test the 200 and roll over. If we gap down, we hit, or if we go short, I'll watch how it reacts at 700. I'll be short probably into 700 and then decide how the level 2 acts there, and I'll either hold it or sell it. That's my plan for tomorrow. It's that simple. I will be trading one of those two names in the morning unless there's news or something else that's crazy. I'll only be trading for an hour, so I hope to make it early, but I'm not going to go crazy aggressive unless there's something that just gives me an overarching amount of confidence. It's been a much better month this month, honestly. Nice. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would really. It's like, oh, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's my biggest fear, but in a sense, it is. I don't say fear. My biggest annoyance is if I wake up tomorrow and Tesla's like way below 700. I'm just gonna be like, oh. Honestly, I'm just gonna play it long at that point. But then it's so weak. Who's buying it? So you're like, it's probably gonna go down. But you know, if it's all the way down, they're like, it's got to come back up some. So I just play it long if that happens. I never play some of those small cap names and IPOs and stuff. That's not my wheelhouse. But good deal. It was a crazy day then. Dropped 81%. Or one ran 80 and one dropped 80. Man. So yeah, if there's nothing else, don't mean to, keep. If you all have questions or thoughts, but that's my trading plan going in tomorrow. That's what I'm looking for. I'll be watching those two names and the triple Qs to see how they react. Just to see what they do here. If they retest and they go lower. We broke into this. I actually was short. This was an indicator for a Tesla short here, 1144, because we came back up into this. And I can't remember somebody. I think JR was talking long. And I was like, no, this is about to break down because we actually went back into this trend line, this descending tops line, which is tested multiple times and has been solid, like tested here and failed, tested here, failed, breakout. This is just confirmation. It's weak. It gets above it. Doesn't matter. Comes back into it, tests and flushes and doesn't test it again. So this is a tops line. I'm still respecting this. This is still my favorite line. I have to check which one of these I like more, but we could definitely get into the 80s tomorrow, the $280 level or 85 level. So yeah, I'm watching those three names. It's wild, man. That's crazy how that works. One closes at 4, one closes at 48. That's something. All right, guys. If you don't have anything else for me, those are my thoughts. Those are the trades for today. That's what I did. Again, so sorry about the stuff. I'll make sure that I record next time. Maybe I can make it up and post a video tomorrow with some trade reviews if I trade, in the morning and do some good stuff. So I love you guys. Appreciate you coming to hang out to look about this. If you have any thoughts, comments, anything like that, leave in the description of the video. Definitely like it, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you got questions, if you want me to review your trades, live, and you want to give me entries, give me something else like that, I'd be happy to review on here or privately in Discord, whatever you want to do. You could take advantage of that, and I definitely don't mind helping out like that. Let me know. I recommend getting some sleep, get some rest, and get ready for tomorrow. Trade smart, trade what you see, not what you think is going to happen. I will see you all tomorrow morning in Discord or the NewsBeat live room. Have a great evening.